Okay, order of operations study guide. Number 1, I have 12 plus 6 divided by 2. First of all, what are my steps for the order of operations, John?
You start with brackets first.
What's my letter?
G.
What is grouping symbols? There we go. E, M, D, A, S. Perfect. Okay, so I start with G, and what does G stand for? Grouping symbols. My grouping symbols include parentheses, brackets, and braces. Anything that groups these numbers together. So, in number 1, do I have any grouping symbols? No, so I'm already done with that. On number 1, do I have any exponents? No, so I'm already done with that. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes. What is it, Julius? 6 divided by 2. I'm going to underline it. Helps me remember what I'm working on. And what is 6 divided by 2, class? 6 divided by 2. 3, not 6 times 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. I write it underneath and I copy everything else. Now all I have left is 12 plus 3, so what's my answer?
15.
I have one answer. I have an ice cream cone that has formed with my answer at the tip. That was an easy one. Let's go to number 4. I have 5 plus 17 minus 36 divided by 6. What's my first step, John?
Your first step is to do what's the parentheses.
On number 4, do I have any parentheses?
Yeah.
Number 4, no, I do not. So I'm already done with that first step. What's my second step?
Exponents.
Do I have any exponents? No, so I'm already done with that step. Next, what do I have? Do I have any multiplication or division?
Yes.
Yes, what is it?
Division.
Division, and where is it?
36 divided by 6.
So I'm going to underline that. I'm going to put my answer underneath. 36 divided by 6, what is it? 6, because 6 times 6 is what? 36. So the inverse of multiplication is division. 36 divided by 6 gives me 6. I write it underneath and I copy everything else down. On your test, you must copy everything down. If I don't see your ice cream cone, I'm going to mark it wrong, because I know you didn't try your hardest to get your correct answer. Okay, now all I have is addition and subtraction. That's all I have left. So which one do I need to do first, Junior?
You go to left to right.
I go from left to right. So starting at the left side, which one comes first? Addition. First I have 5 plus 17. I'm going to underline that. What is 5 plus 17? Write it underneath. Copy everything else down. Now I only have one thing left. So what's my answer? 22 minus 6. 16. I have one answer, one tip to my ice cream cone. Does that make sense? Everybody with me? Okay, let's look at number 9. I have 8 times 3 plus 15 divided by 5. What's my first step?
Multiply what's in parentheses.
I always do what's in parentheses. I see 2 sets of parentheses. Which one do I do first, Jakai? Since I have 2 sets of parentheses, I really could do either one first. But I want to start on the left because I think that just makes more sense. So Jakai says I'm going to do 8 times 3 first. Do you agree? Okay, I'm going to do 8 times 3 first. And what is 8 times 3? You should know it like that. What's 8 times 3? 24. Write it underneath and copy everything else. Now that I've already worked out everything that's in those set of parentheses, I don't need those parentheses anymore. So I just wrote my 24, and then I still have my other set. So what does that mean I have to do next?
15 divided by 5.
Julia says 15 divided by 5. Do you agree?
Yes.
So I'm going to underline it. And what is 15 divided by 5?
3.
3, because 3 times 5 is what? 3 times 5 is what? 15. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. Okay? I write my answer and I copy everything else. I only have one thing left. What's 24 plus 3? 1 tip to my ice cream cone. Okay, on this one, it's a little longer. What is my first step always, Addison? My parentheses, my grouping symbols. I see parentheses and brackets. So which one do I need to start with? Parentheses, because why? Because I have to start on the inside. I cannot solve these brackets until I've solved what's inside of them. So I have to start, and I see 2 sets of parentheses, so which one should I do first? It doesn't really matter, but I'm going to start on the left side because I think that just makes more sense. So I'm going to start with 15 minus 5. Everybody with me so far? Okay, what is 15 minus 5? Write it underneath. Copy down everything else, even though it's a lot. That look right? Okay, now what? I'm not done with my grouping symbols. I have to do my other set of parentheses. What's 9 minus 3?
6.
And I copy everything else. I still am not done with those grouping symbols. So what do I have to do next, John?
Add 10 plus 16.
10 plus 6?
Or 6.
What is 10 plus 6?
16.
And then I only have one thing left. What is 12 plus 16?
28.
Whew. That took y'all a while. 28, I have one answer, and I have 1 point to my ice cream cone. Does that make sense? Everybody with me? Okay, number, oh wait, not number, because we're not doing that. Let's try this one. Okay, what's my first step always? Jakai, what's always my first step? Always my very first step. Everything that's in my grouping symbols. I see a lot of grouping symbols. Where should I start? Jakai? I can't hear you, sir. Can't hear you. Where do I start? Jakai says right here. Everybody agree with that? Let's start with that first set of parentheses, 17 minus 9. What is 17 minus 9? 8. And then I write everything else. Oop, there was supposed to be. Everybody with me? Okay, still not done with those grouping symbols. So what do I do next, Britton?
You do 3 times 2.
My second set of parentheses. Everybody agree with that? What is 3 times 2? Write it underneath. Copy everything else. And goodness gracious, I still have more grouping symbols. I have to do those brackets. Inside my brackets, I have 8 times 6. Class, what is 8 times 6?
48.
Oh, I'm so glad you knew that. 48 divided by 2. Only thing left. So what is half of 48?
24.
I have one answer, one tip to my ice cream cone.